I'm having a real problem with dogs barking today. Hey, Lilu. Yeah, you. And a little pom down there. Hello, my name's Duncan, and welcome to Back Away from the Donkey and Back to Books. Today's the book haul, mail haul. I received a parcel from the man, the myth, the legend that is Sean Standfast the other day, and I know part of what's in there, but I was going to unbox it here. I've recorded myself actually opening the top of the box because that was the easiest way to do it, and now I've got the box just down here that I can dip into and find out what's in there because I've not seen what's in there. I've also got some stuff I picked up beforehand that I thought I'd start with first, so I'll keep you on tender hooks before we show you what Sean sent. Okay, these are a few things I picked up recently, and this is so we will start with, I've got a bit of a dick problem. I have. This is Man in High Castle, Philip K. Dick, and this is the fourth copy of this book I've got in different formats. This is the version I originally read when I first read the book in the early 80s. If you don't know my history, is I got rid of a load of books at the back end of the 90s, and I've been slowly replacing some of them, especially with the same editions I used to have. And this was one of the ones I've been after for a while because I've not seen the cover around for a while. It's not in 100% in the best condition I wanted. It's like there, but it's still a great cover. And I said I've got, I think, 4 copies now in different paperback formats. I'll have to show you them. I've shown them before, but yes, that's Philip K. Dick. And the next one is, if you saw my short story thing on a James Tiptree story the other day, I picked up finally the collection that story came from, which is Warm Worlds and Otherwise, in this Penguin edition. It's quite a smart edition, actually. But unfortunately, they do not have Robert Silverberg's original introduction, in which he says that there is no way James Tiptree can be a woman, even though it was a pseudonym for Alice Sheldon. And unfortunately, they've not put it in there, which is a shame, because the whole thing is actually up on my blog. I put it up on my blog so people can read the whole thing, because I found it online. And it's quite interesting because he's bigging up her writing, and everybody quotes this bit about him saying that there's no way that she must be a man, but it's not like misogynistic or anything like that. It's just the way he's bigging up the writing. It's a really interesting introduction. So if you've not read it, pop out to my blog and have a look. Links are down below. But it's quite nice. These Penguin editions are quite nice. But yes, that was a brand new one I picked up. And now this next one I paid probably too much for, but I very rarely have seen it. And this is actually in fantastic condition from 1994-95. And look at that spine. It's hard. I don't think it's even been read, this version. This is the Montezuma strip, which is 4 or 5 stories. We'll check. It's 4 or 5 stories, and it's set in this area between America and Mexico. He's calling the Montezuma strip, right strip across the border, and it's like technology and poverty and a mixture of stuff there. And I read one of the stories, and I saw an episode of a Canadian show called Welcome to Paradox, which has got one of the stories in, and I was after this, and it's quite rare. So Alan Dean Foster, he wrote these 4 stories under a pseudonym James Lawson, and they were released in magazines. The Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction, I think, released most of them. And they're under a pseudonym just because he wanted to see what the reaction was. And I said, being really quite intrigued by it, he did a novel based in the same area in 2002, I think it was released, which I will be after at some point. But it's like detective stories around this area. But I'm really intrigued to read this. I'm hoping to get to this year. I've got stuff scheduled to read, but I'm really quite excited to read this, I must admit. And I said I paid a lot of money for it in reality, but I think it's worth it. And then the next one is another sort of replacement of one that got lost in the 90s, and that is Stephen Donaldson's Daughter of Regals. And this is in fantastic condition as well, actually. And I wanted this because there's a story in here called Animal Lover I'm going to do a video on soon. Oop. Oh, yeah. But I'll just replace that. So that one. And then we get to the final one of mine, which is James Burt's Connections. And if you're of a certain age, you will remember the TV program. James Burke's science writer, science broadcaster, and he did a selection of programs called Connections, and you would get some really obscure little thing, a jelly baby, and he'd relate it to a spaceship somehow by going through all these stages, and it was fantastic. I've got copies of some of the episodes, and this book is the book of the series, and I'm actually going to delve into this. But yes, anybody remembers James Burke's Connections, and you should be excited. I did put this up on my community tab. So yeah, so that's it for those. So the next ones are the ones that Sean have sent me, and I said I'll cut to a little bit of a video. There's dogs barking at points in it because my dogs decided to go off on one because I was stood up walking around the room while I was undoing it. But I will send you across to that little video, and it's just me opening the box. People don't see people open boxes. Anyway, while I'm going to do that, I'm going to search for the scalpel. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to go any further. I'll probably take the scalpel across with me so I can gently unwrap some stuff, but I will go back and do my normal recording spot. Okay, so I'm back. So I have a scalpel in hand because it's the only knife I can find, so I've got to be a little careful because, unsurprisingly, it's a scalpel and a razor sharp. And let's see what Sean has sent me. It's so generous of him. He's I know some of these are more reference books and science fiction reference that he mentioned, but for him to send me some stuff was really, really good. But anyway, a little cut there because more dogs barking. I'm having real problems with dogs barking today. Hey, Lilu. Yeah, you. And a little pom down there. They've all been a bit of a pain. But anyway, so the first one from Sean's Box of Delights, I said it's really nice and can't thank him enough, and I will give a link to his channel below. And the first one is The Shape of Further Things, Brian Aldiss. And this is in these lovely Corgi Sci-Fi Collector's Edition that I've got about 5 or 6 books of them. And I want to actually get the whole lot of them. And this one, is this short stories or is this... Oh, I know what this is actually. It's a bunch of essays. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just essays, which is fun. Yes, it is. Which is great. So yeah, so The Shape of Everything Corgi. That's the first one. It looks like I might not actually need my scalpel. What is that on here? So, he said it was going to be a lot of reference stuff that he either had to... So this one is a black book. Science Fiction 10 Explorations by C.N. Manlove, which I know nothing about. It's great stuff that I know. Oh, how about that? George Washington University. These are, Sean, these are going to be well loved, and all these bits. It starts off the discussion. I'll show you the contents page if you can see it there. Hopefully you can. And it starts off Isaac Asimov, Foundation Trilogy, Frederick Pohl, Alternating Currents, Brian Aldiss, Hot House, Frank Herbert Dune, Silverberg, Night Wings, Philip Jose Farmer, To Your Scattered Bodies Go, Rendezvous with Rama, Arthur C. Clarke, Shakespeare's Planet, Clifford Samac, Anastasio Aniso Redux, I don't know that one at all. Gene Wolfe, The Book of the New Sun. No, some really quite excited by some of these. A good bit of reference. I'm going to have to do stuff. So, bubble wrap or tension reducing sheet for you. Can you feel the tension go over? All my US friends, you could probably do some of this at the moment. But yeah, let's try and get to the next bit. Okay, next one. Oh, yours by Isaac Asimov. A bunch of Asimov's letters, I think, and I am huge into Asimov, if you know. It's all his letters to different people, I think. I might have to go into these books separately and literally do a video looking at these reference books. But, yeah, fantastic The Science of Science Fiction Writing. I have been looking around for this. It's by James Gunn, not that James Gunn. I think it's a different James Gunn. I'm pretty sure it's a different James Gunn. It could be the same James Gunn. Just check. But yeah, I have seen ebook copies of this. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. Everybody, I'm excited. Sean, I'm very excited. Aha. This one I knew was coming. This is what the original discussion was about. Billion Year Spree. I've got a very... Bride Auditors Billion Year Spree. I've got a copy of... Is it Billion Year Spree or Trillion Year Spree? Because there's an updated version. But this, it's hardback and it's a lot easier to reference than the paperback version I've got. 2 seconds, let me get... Yeah, I've got the updated Trillion Year Spree, which is a battered paperback here. And it is damn near impossible to reference. Which is why when Sean said he had a copy of that, I thought, fantastic. So yeah, I'll put that back there. And there's more. So, big heavy books. I've got 2 more there. So, Parato Games. Critical Writing by and on M. John Harrison. M. John Harrison, great writer. Very literary. Did the... What are they called? I can't remember. My brain's gone a bit now. And it's basically talking about his work. Viraconium. That's it. It's got it written on the back here. Remember it. Also, fantastic. And we've got the next one. The Unsilent Library, Essays on Russell T Davies' Era of Doctor Who. And the title on this book is written in the worst font possible. I could hardly read that. Okay. But this one, oh, this looks really interesting. This. Galaxy Magazine, Dark and Light Years by David L. Ronsheim. Is this a collection of all the... There's lots of writings from Galaxy Magazine anyway. And for some reason I really like the cover. It's just... But, wow. Thank you, Sean. There's still more. Oh, lovely hardback. Astounding. I'm assuming these stories from Astounding magazine. Were they full? Yeah, it's all stories. Got who goes there? Some great stories. Yes. Yeah, lots of stories from there. Sorry if I'm not talking enough. I should be talking more. But I am bowled over by this. I really am. And it's fantastic stuff. And I think there's one. Oh no, there's 2 more. I think. Oh, this I'm quite looking forward to. It's one of Asimov's. He wrote some autobiographies, but this is a biography from his wife. Yes, he was a flawed man, but quite interested. So yeah, so I'm quite excited by that as well. Yeah, sorry if I've got the silent bits, but... And another book of essays, but Brian Aldiss essays. Anything written by Brian Aldiss is going to be stunning anyway. And essays on exploring the familiar, it says. So that one, I think that is it. I could be wrong. Pretty sure it is. But yeah, empty box now. But yeah, so let me quickly go through them again in case you missed them. So we have this book of essays from Brian Aldiss. Place him there a second. The cover of the Galaxy magazine ones. Essays on Doctor Who with the really, really bad font. Someone needs to teach them that font. Sorry. Too much time as a printer I was. Writings on M. John Harrison. Need to find some shelf room for these. Oh, well, another issue, but we'll worry about that later. The Science of Science Fiction Writing. James Gunn. I need to find out which James Gunn this is. It's probably not the James Gunn I'm thinking of. Isaac Asimov letters. Billion Year Spree. I said Trillion Year Spree is one of my most referenced books, so this would be great, especially a hardback version of it. So I reference it a lot. Some more writings by Brian Aldiss, Shape of Further Things, in these lovely Corgi SF condition ones, which I love. Then we have Science Fiction, The Explorations by C.N. Malone, which I need to investigate this one a bit more because I think it's just essays on science fiction, but I do not know that much. But yes, it's just a black copy. A biography of Asimov written by his wife. Stories from Astounding, which is a lovely, lovely copy. Fantastic. And that's everything. But yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't do sort of things like this very often, but I'd like to just thank Sean amazingly for sending me these, because they will be well loved and well looked after and well referenced and used, so that's great. And I'm ever grateful for that. And you'll probably hear me talk about these books at some other point, individually, on individual points. But yeah, anyway, I will speak to you all very soon. Keep an eye out, because Filmtastic February starting tomorrow. I've got a little thing dropping tonight, and then a video tomorrow, and then it all starts up. But yeah, I just thought I'd drop that in for you. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and thank you again, Sean, and I will speak to you all very soon. Just an addendum. I've got one book. This was at the bottom. Encyclopedia of Science Fiction. I've got a couple of different, which, flicking through it, looks very good. I've not heard of this one. Saw a picture of Harry Harrison there. Oh, from Mork and Mindy. Chris. Excuse the barking pom. I can't keep stopping the videos. Anyway, it's just hopefully just showing you a bit of stuff from that. I'll probably might do some separate stuff on some of these books. Anyway, that's just a little sort of previous bit. Thank you. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.